We have a problem, okay? As businesses, we pay way too much in processing. You think you pay one rate, that's what your processor says, but when you calculate all of the costs associated with processing a credit card, it's often way more. If you think about the total cost that we pay, in addition to it being, frankly, too much, it's a bit of a mystery. At least it was for me. There's all of these fees, so you have to take all of the fees together, and that is your total effective rate. Okay, so think of it as the difference between receiving an old school check and processing a payment. Okay, so what are those fees? We all are aware of processing fees. There's PCI fees, chargeback fees, monthly fees. There's miscellaneous fees. I love those. All of those fees, while individually small and seem reasonable, they add up to a lot. All these little fees pale in comparison to the interchange fees. So think of this as 1/3 of the cost, your total cost, and below the line is 2/3. So if, like me, you look at your P&L once a year and you get a little angry at that big number, that somewhere between 3 to 4 to even 5% when you total everything up, and you send your CFO out with a stick and you beat someone, probably the processor, and you come back with 5 or 10 or 20 basis points. And while every basis point absolutely matters, no one goes below the line. So what if we could start attacking that? Because after all, that's where the biggest impact is. I mean, it's your money, you earned it. By looking below the line at 2/3 of the fees, there's so much more juice to squeeze. So how do you do that? You do that by optimizing, intelligently qualifying every single transaction to say, how do I save 10 basis points here and 20 basis points there? How do I optimize or route this particular transaction differently to drive down this total effective rate? So we get rid of 5%, 4%, 3%, and you only have to pay what you should pay. So addressing things below the line is the solution.